I'll teach you to ever steal from us again.
We don't ever want to see you around 5th Street again. You got that?
Wise guy, huh?
Paulie, teach him a lesson.
True, I am nervous. Very nervous. I have never done anything like this before, but why would you call me mad? If anything, my nervousness has benefited my senses, especially my sense of hearing. I could hear a pin drop a mile away. You may ask, why am I willing to risk my life for this case? What is in it that makes the case of such high importance? And to that I answer, it is not what is in the case, but what the case represents. Freedom, liberation, and more precisely, a way to finally get myself out of this godforsaken town. The case had been stolen from me by Big Al's men. Big Al used to be like a father to me. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me before up until around 6 months ago. Him and that patch of his. Very few men have seen what lies beneath that patch. I am but one of the few, and let me tell you, it is not an image to be forgotten easily. I have had nightmares of his devilish eye. It now haunts me like a ghost. That is why I must rid myself of this memory and make sure this haunting image does not infect another living soul. I must put the eye to rest. I slowly turned the handle to his door and opened it, oh, so gently. And then when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I looked around to see if the old man was still asleep. As soon as I was sure, I proceeded inside the room. Just being inside this room brings back memories. I remember being inside this room as a kid, but most of all I remember the accident. The day he got that devilish, evil eye. And have I not told you that what you mistake for madness is but over-acuteness of the senses? Now, I say, there came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound, such as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury as I knelt there, staring at his eye. I now needed to hide the old man's body. If you think me still mad, you will think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for the concealment of the body. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head, and the arms, and the legs. Then, to make sure no one would ever come across the body, I would dispose of it deep into the countryside. So I piled the parts into a bag and brought it out to the car. I opened the door with a light heart, for what did I have to fear? The officer inquired as to what I was doing here so late at night. I replied that I worked for the old man, and that he had hired me to watch over the house while he was away. He asked if he could search the house, just to make sure. And of course I complied, for what was I to fear? The sound of the beating began to increase inside my head. I began gasping for air, worried that the officer had noticed the sound, but he was too busy searching the house and telling me of the incidents of the night to notice. The sound steadily increased. Oh, God. What could I do? Was it possible he did not hear? No, he heard, he expected, he knew he was making a mockery of my horror. I could bear this no longer. I felt I must scream or die.
Philip, dissemble no more. I admit the deed. Open the trunk there. Is the beating of his hideous heart.